pessoal, sou Yasmin do Ler e Imaginar. E antes de explicar o vídeo de hoje, eu queria pedir desculpa por quarta-feira eu não ter conseguido postar vídeo. Ocorreu um problema, a minha estante acabou caindo e teve livro pra todo lado, tive que trocar de estante, tô com essa aqui agora. E tá uma bagunça ainda, tem livro espalhado, tá uma zona. E eu queria pedir desculpa mesmo. E a entrevista de hoje ela é um pouco diferente, o vídeo de hoje ela é um pouco diferente porque ele é uma entrevista com a autora Leisa Rayven, a autora de Meu Romeu e Minha Julieta. Ela é muito simpática, eu adoro o livro dela, eu super recomendo. E ela fez a entrevista em vídeo pra gente, até com a participação de vocês. Hoje a gente vai postar a primeira parte, porque ela fala bastante, assim como eu. E semana que vem sai a segunda parte, então eu espero que vocês gostem. E beijos e até a próxima, tchau!
Hi guys, it's Leisa Rayven here, author of My Romeo and My Juliet, and the lovely Yasmin has asked me to answer some questions for you in this video interview. So I've never done a video interview before, so this will be interesting. So I've got your questions here, and so let me see if I can answer them for you. The first question is, so far we had the story of Ethan and Cassie and Liam and Alyssa. Do you plan on writing the story of some other characters? Well, funny you should say that. I have actually started a book with Connor as the main character, in which we kind of see how Connor was devastated by Cassie breaking his heart, because in the same way that Ethan broke Cassie's heart, Cassie broke Connor's heart. So I thought it was really interesting that, you know, that sort of heartache that someone gives to you, we often pass along to another person. So yeah, I've started writing Connor's book. I don't know if I'll finish it. I'm about 7,000 words into it. And yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot of time to write Connor's book. I would love to finish Connor's book. It might be a novella perhaps. Maybe I'll put it up for free on Wattpad or something. But yeah, I liked writing Connor. I found him really interesting, and I found it really sad that he loved Cassie so much. And, you know, really, on paper, he would have been much better for Cassie than Ethan was, but you can't help who you love, and Cassie loved Ethan. So Connor missed out. But yeah, I'd love to give him a happy ending and give him a nice girl to settle down with. Other characters who I always get asked about giving books to, people want me to write a book about Jack and Zoe, which I think would be the most fun in the world. And I might actually, I don't know, maybe one day I'll write just like a little something about them, or maybe a couple of thousand words about Jack and Zoe hooking up and living happily ever after. Because I like both Jack and Zoe very much. And other people actually really want to hear the story of Ruby, because Ruby disappears from the story towards the end of Bad Romeo and Broken Juliet. She falls in love in the final year of drama school. She falls in love with an Australian businessman. Australian people are fantastic to fall in love with, just saying. And yeah, she quits drama school and she moves to Australia, and she has 3 kids, and she's blissfully happy. So there's obviously a whirlwind romance happened to Ruby that we don't get to see, and a lot of people would like to see it. So once again, if I had unlimited time, yes, I would write a book about Ruby. As it stands, I don't have a lot of time to write books about the rest of the beautiful characters in My Romeo and My Juliet, although if I could, and if I would get paid to do it, I would write them forever, because I love the world and I love all those characters, and I could happily spend many, many days writing them. Hope that answers that question. Okay, second question. How did you come up with the idea of creating a new adult story that also honours Romeo and Juliet? Okay, so I was watching the movie Romeo and Juliet one night, Baz Luhrmann's version of Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes. And I studied Romeo and Juliet in high school. I studied it in drama school. I've always hated Romeo. I hate Romeo. Like, you know, Ethan's rant about Romeo being like a pussified dipshit? That's how I feel about Romeo. So I was watching this movie and I was thinking, God, can't we just have a Romeo who's not whiny and wishy-washy and whingy? And I thought, if Romeo was real, if he was a real guy, he thought he loved Rosaline and she broke his heart. and he was pining over her and he's so heartbroken. There is no way in the world he would go out that night and see a girl who sets his world on fire like Juliet does. So a girl who obviously he's 100 times more attracted to than he was Rosaline. There was no way that a broken-hearted man would go out and go, oh, yes, by all means, let's now get married and, you know, be soulmates. Because he would be heartbroken. He would want to avoid being heartbroken again. So my take on it was, what would happen if Romeo met Juliet but was too damaged by his past relationships to want to be with her? So he wants to push her away. He tries to deny his soulmate. So that's where the whole idea of Bad Romeo and Broken Juliet came from. And obviously they say writers need to write what they know, and considering that I had been through drama school and I'm an actor and I know that world really, really well, I thought that's a perfect setting to put this sort of rebooted Romeo and Juliet in a drama school, because not only can these people not get away from each other in a drama school, but they will have to play love scenes together. I mean, you've got to play love scenes with everyone in drama school. My first love scene in drama school was with another woman, and that's from a country girl who had never even seen a lesbian up until then. That's another story. Anyway, yeah, so I thought, perfect. Let's put them in drama school. Let's make them perform as Romeo and Juliet. That way they can't avoid each other, and Ethan can't pretend that he doesn't have all these feelings for Cassie. Because, you know, as authors, it's our job to write characters we love and then torture the hell out of them. And that's what I did. Okay, next question. It says, what I liked the most of the series is that you worked the bad boy side in both of them. I loved the present day Cassie. What are your favourite moments when switching roles? Okay, so I've had a lot of questions about how I wrote the books, because obviously there is a lot of flipping between present day and past. I wrote them chronologically. So I started at the beginning in the present, and then I went back to the past, and then I came back to the present, and so on. So I got a little bit of whiplash writing the characters, because they're obviously so different in the present and the past. So what I had to do was I had playlists for them. So I had a modern Cassie playlist where she's really bitter and angry, and it's really angry chick rock and, you know, lots of Pink and Kelly Clarkson and stuff like that. And then I had the softer, naive Cassie. And I'd listen to those playlists to get in character when I wrote them. And same with Ethan, I had 2 different playlists for him. And I don't know, I just think there are so many people that have told me that they had an Ethan or they had a Cassie, and that it never worked out for them, and that they never worked through their issues. And so I think my favourite part of flipping between them was obviously the total role reversal that they had. So, you know, in the past, Cassie was really determined and trusting and loving and open, and Ethan was really closed off. And then in the present time, Cassie is the one who's really damaged and closed off, and Ethan has learned how to be loving and open and generous and determined. So I just really enjoyed that role reversal, because I don't know, I like growth in characters. I like the fact that Ethan manned up and took responsibility for his actions and took responsibility for his issues and got help. And wouldn't we all like the damaged people in our lives to do that? Because they so often don't. And that's the thing, is we can't fix people. Cassie could never have fixed Ethan. That's why he left her the second time. Like, there was no point in staying. She could not fix him. The only person who could fix him was him. And he took the space and the time he needed to do that. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. That was my favourite part about the role reversals in the present and the past. What can you tell us about the My Romeo short film? Oh, I'm having so much fun with the My Romeo short film. So I think you've probably read the facts, right? So this little production company approached me and said, someone there had read the books and said, we love the books, can we turn it into like a book trailer? And I went, sure. And so they invited me on board to sort of help with writing the script and casting it and sort of directing the actors and all that sort of stuff that I love to do. And it was just the most fantastic experience. So we've done 5 days of shooting. I think we're going to have to go back and do a few more days of shooting because we just didn't quite get everything we needed. The short film is going to be around 20 to 30 minutes long. So it's really a snapshot of Cassie and Ethan's relationship. So you will get, you'll get scenes from the book. You'll get certain scenes from the book. They won't maybe be as long as they are in the book. We've tried to keep it all nice and compact so that it's not an hour and a half long. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. And I love my actors playing Cassie and Ethan. And, something that I'll probably address on social media too, because, most of the fans have been absolutely beautiful and supportive of my actors playing Cassie and Ethan, which is great. And I love you. There have been a few people that have said really nasty things about them, which for a start I think is completely unnecessary and very immature. That's fine. If you have an opinion and you don't like them, that's great. Blog about it on your own wall all you like. Don't put it on like the official page wall where the actors are going to see it. But I think what some people don't understand is that there's a difference between somebody looking right for the role and someone being right for the role. Now, everybody knows my obsession with Sean O'Pry as Ethan, right? Like, Sean O'Pry is the highest paid male model in the world. So let me tell you, unless we get a $20 million deal from Universal, we're not getting Sean O'Pry. But the thing is, Sean O'Pry probably couldn't act the role anyway. Does he look right as Ethan? Absolutely. Can he act like Ethan? Not judging by his performance in the Taylor Swift video clip. He's not a great actor. So, people have got to understand it's more than a pretty face. It's more than being a handsome dude. You actually have to be able to embody the character, which is what my actors do. And, some people have got, oh my God, Cassie's not skinny. Yeah, I never wrote Cassie as skinny. If you can point to me in the books where I said that Cassie was a skinny girl, then I'll change my mind. But I never envisaged Cassie as being a skinny girl. She's a normal girl. And, Annie, who's playing Cassie, she's like a size 10 to 12. She's a normal chick. She looks like 90% of the chicks wandering around today. So, yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. I'm really excited for you guys to see it. The director did a beautiful job filming it. I can't wait to see it all put together. I'd sometimes look through his camera when he was filming and just want to burst out into tears because the pictures were so pretty. They were just so beautiful. So, yeah, really excited for you to see them.